evening, I'm Keisha Butts with the CTV News Update. Governor Larry Hogan signs more than 100 bills into law today in Annapolis. The governor, along with House Speaker Adrian Jones and Senate President Pro Tem Melanie Griffith, signed 103 bills this morning. They include the Judicial Transparency Act and the measure that protects first responders from toxic chemicals.
The bills we're signing today and many of the other bills we passed this session demonstrate the General Assembly's commitment to rebuilding the foundation of our economy, Maryland's middle class and its families.
I believe that our comprehensive community safety plan targets prevention, intervention, justice, and rehabilitation, and it provides the tools and resources necessary for the executive branch to address the most critical needs in our state's criminal justice system.
Hogan says there are still hundreds of bills that are in the review process. Meantime, if you live in the District 6 in Prince George's, you have until 5 o'clock tonight to get your paperwork in if you want to be considered for the vacated county council seat. And tonight we are hearing from the man who set things in motion when he stepped down. Former Councilman Derek Davis is speaking out against allegations that he resigned so that the council could anoint his hand-picked successor, who some say is one of the declared candidates. Opponents, including some of the council, are calling the process unfair and are asking lawmakers to reject all of the declared candidates. The county's charter allows the council to select the new member from a list that includes filed candidates as well as those in the community who have expressed interest.
Everybody knows me, knows that I'm a charter guy. If you look at the work that I've done, whether it be with regard to redistricting, and people created controversy around that. If you go to our county charter, you'll see precisely what was supposed to occur and see that I follow the letter of the law all the time. I would say look to the charter with regard to tax structure. I follow the county charter with regard to that. If you look at the appointment process, or if you look at the process for vacancies in our charter, you'll find what I believe the county council should follow. It's the prescription. Our charter says what we should do and how we should do it, and I think our county should continue to follow it.
Those deemed eligible for the seat will be presented to the public at an informational meeting next Tuesday at 11:30. The latest COVID-19 numbers for our area indicate some significant increases in some of the metrics. The Maryland Department of Health has confirmed 1,044 new cases. That's much higher than yesterday and does not include those who home tested and did not forward the results to the state. The positivity rate in Prince George's climbed to 5.34%. 6 Marylanders have died since yesterday. 170 people are hospitalized. That number is up from yesterday by double digits. Spring break is over for Prince George's students, but several hundred COVID cases have been reported this week. Classes resumed on Tuesday, but students were required to take COVID-19 tests before returning. According to uploaded results published this week, 360 students tested positive. There were 11 cases, each for Bowie High and Dwight Eisenhower Middle. Eleanor Roosevelt and Flowers High had 9, Accokeek Academy, Ardmore, and Berwyn Heights Elementary had 7 positive cases. A man has been arrested in connection with the shooting of a Laurel police officer who was trying to serve arrest and search warrants. This is the suspect, 23-year-old Christopher Sims of the 100 block of Bryan Court in Laurel, and this is the weapon he allegedly used to shoot the officer in the arm. Police were after Sims for an attempted murder case. Investigators say when police announced their presence, they were met with gunfire.
An emergency response team officer was immediately struck by that gunfire, suffering a gunshot wound to his arm. The victim officer is a 35-year-old male with over 6 years of service here to the Laurel Police Department. So I must note here that that officer heroically maintained his position after being shot, protecting the community and his teammates. He gave commands to the defendant while notifying other officers that he had been shot. He then continued to give commands to the defendant to also help maintain his safety, while again notifying his teammates that he had actually been shot.
The officer was treated for his injuries and released from the hospital. As for Sims, he faces attempted murder charges on top of the attempted murder charges he already faced for an April 11th shooting. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Betts. We'll be back in a moment.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. Baltimore officially agrees to pay $3.5 million to settle claims from the 2015 city riots. The city's Board of Estimates approved the payment yesterday. 68 businesses sued Baltimore, claiming it failed to prevent unrest following the death of Freddie Gray. Disturbances rocked the city when Gray died several days after his controversial arrest. Meantime, Montgomery County hopes to improve transparency with the adoption of a new police accountability board. As CTV reported yesterday, the county council unanimously approved the 9-member civilian board. The group will hear complaints of officer misconduct. It's expected to begin reviewing some complaints starting this July.
This replaces the measures that police chiefs and the disciplinary process that police chiefs used to manage entirely themselves. This is an entirely new process, and the community will have a significant voice in how that discipline is laid out moving forward.
This is a really important commission, and if we're going to implement this and get the benefits that we believe we can have from this, we really need to get more residents involved and ask more people to volunteer.
The county executive will nominate the board members. They are expected to serve 3-year terms. A state lawmaker talks about the passage of a bill that will address climate change in Maryland. Senator Paul Pinsky was the key sponsor of the Climate Solutions Now Act of 2022. It requires the state to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 60% by 2031. It also mandates that all large buildings reduce emissions by 20% by 2030, and to be net zero by 2040.
We created a green bank offering $15 million to leverage private investment for clean technology. We created an urban climate corps to put young people in those disproportionately affected communities to work for at least a year to help those communities, planting trees, working on energy efficiency, getting their hands dirty, assuring them of $15 an hour.
Pinsky represents Prince George's in the state legislature. Well, move over Halle Berry and Vanessa Williams. There are 4 new pageant winners ready to take the world by storm. We spoke with the new title holders from the Maryland and Virginia International Pageants earlier this week.
Congratulations, Erica. Please take your first walk as Miss Teen Virginia International 2022.
I didn't even expect it at all. I do have to admit, I cried a lot. But it was such a surreal moment.
Maryland and Virginia International Pageants have 14 new title holders, including these 4 ladies. Miss Teen Virginia International Erica Dutton and Miss Virginia International LaKimbria Penwhite were crowned earlier this year. Miss Maryland International Taylor Williams and Mrs. Maryland International Tania Caesar won last month.
I've never competed. This was the very first time, so I think I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
It's just a full circle moment, just coming back to this system, and also I've been promoting my platform for this 10 or 11 years.
These ladies come from different paths in life. Dutton is a student who founded a company called Media Mentors. Penwhite has been in the Army for 15 years.
A lot of times you don't see military girls up there, but I've seen a couple hit the stage and I was like, oh, I could definitely do this. And I have, a message that I wanted to put out. And, I love Virginia. I love, being a girly girl, so why not?
Regardless of their backgrounds, these women say pageants help them in so many ways.
I do want to go into the entertainment industry when I'm older, and that's actually why I started pageants. And they've really helped me to come out of my shell and become a whole new person.
Erica Dutton.
These beauty queens are also able to share their platforms. Caesar focuses on suicide prevention, and Williams raises awareness about childhood obesity.
I teach children nutrition, and I've developed this curriculum myself. I also teach fitness classes for seniors, for adults, and for children as well.
Now 3 of these ladies, excluding Penwhite, hope to take their platforms with them to nationals. The Nationals take place July 31st, and best of luck to the contestants. And still to come on CTV News tonight, a weekend for the arts. Stay with us.
Innovation transforms the world, turning the status quo upside down. Innovation created a healthcare system that not only improves the lives of veterans, it transforms the lives of healthcare professionals with unique opportunities to work with industry thought leaders while serving our nation's heroes. The Department of Veterans Affairs, where innovation ensures those who served our nation are served by the very best. See how a career at VA can transform your future.
1 in 365 African Americans battle sickle cell disease. I was one of them. Life back then was painful. I was in and out of the hospital and had frequent pain crises. A blood stem cell transplant is the only cure for sickle cell disease. I was fortunate to find a perfect match in my younger sister, but many patients do not have a compatible donor in their families, and Black patients have only a 23% chance of finding an unrelated donor. More Black donors are urgently needed to help save lives. It only takes a simple cheek swab to join the Be the Match registry. Learn more about becoming a donor and access free patient resources by visiting endsicklecell.org today. You or someone you know could be the cure for a patient battling sickle cell, like me.
Thank you for staying with us. Mark your calendars because an art pop-up showcase is coming to the Landover area this weekend. The collective artists, formerly known as LW Arts and Design, will host another arts and fashion pop-up event this Saturday, April 23rd. The group has partnered with the KDF Printing Shop to host the festivities. Guests can meet and chat with established and up-and-coming artists from Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia.
A lot of us, other than social media, we don't have the in-person platforms to get that exposure or to connect with the community. So it's very important, and we're grateful that Kenneth Fagan over at KDF has given us this platform.
This will be the 3rd one that I've participated in, and I enjoy it because you get to meet a lot of other different artists. You get to see different mediums, you leave with inspiration. I feel like this is more than just a gift. I feel like I'm very talented, this is very passionate for me.
The event will take place at the KDF Printing Shop from 2 p.m. until 7. For more details, visit the website on your screen. Prince George's native Joe Clare is coming to the Bowie Center for the Performing Arts. The stand-up comedian and radio personality lives in Bowie. He's been featured on Def Comedy Jam and Comic View. Clare's show, set for this weekend, is called Bangin' in Bowie and features a cast of talented artists.
His thing was, I live in Bowie. This facility is in Bowie. Let's, make a grand entrance into Bowie and open up this area and this facility for something that we haven't had here before.
The show is this Saturday night at 7 o'clock. For more information on tickets, go to thebowiecenter.org. Well, turning to your weather forecast tonight, possible rain, lows around 51 degrees. Friday, sunny skies, highs near 73. Saturday, mostly sunny, highs around 71. Sunday, sunny and warmer, highs approaching 84 degrees. I can't wait. And that wraps up your CTV News Update. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night.